Hopefully the internet don't do bad.
I'll unplug them for you to go live.
I already started it.
Oh,
All right, what's going on, guys? It's No Limit Eddie back with another live stream. We're here live today, guys. Everybody come in and smash that like button for me. Come in and smash that like button for me. Today is going to be just like somewhat of a review. We're going to be somewhat of a review about my time being here in Egypt, I guess. Just want to continue on the consistency, man. I like to go live on Sundays and Thursdays. So we can go live real quick, probably a quick live stream for the most part. Low key, I'm a little bit tired today. Kind of wouldn't mind getting some sleep. Uh, DC said, I'm first. What up, Eddie? How's Egypt? Man, I guess that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. A little bit of how's Egypt or how has Egypt been for me. Kind of just express that a little bit. Judah in Egypt. Appreciate that. We got Ontaries, Atlantis, I believe. Atlantis. Yeah, man, we're here in Egypt. We're here in Egypt. Hey, how's the weather? Man, it is very, very cold. Very, very cold. At least for me personally. I'm pretty sure it'll be the same for you, Shaka. It's very cold to me. Very windy. It might be, I don't know. I mean, it's sometimes they be saying that it's like 70 degrees and stuff, but it be feeling like it's 50. Definitely cold. I'm not sure what weather my phone be talking about. I'm not sure what weather it be on sometimes, but it be saying that it's one weather, but it'd be a whole different weather. But I don't know. It's the sun goes down pretty early, I would say. I don't know, 5 o'clock, maybe the sun will be down. So definitely in the swing of winter, I would say right about now. Definitely in the swing of winter right about now. And things of that nature. But it's still cool to be here and to be able to experience the different seasons here in Egypt. And things like that. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. So everybody come in here and smash the like. Everybody come in here and smash the like button, man. We're going to talk about my experience here in Egypt. I guess 4 months. I don't really have a set, I guess outline for this live stream. I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and talk for a little bit. Greetings, family. I'm Michelle and Mission in the building. What up, Michelle? What up, Michelle? Michelle and Mission just actually dropped a video. I just got done watching it not too long ago. Yeah, everybody come in and smash the like. Let's get up to 15 likes, guys. 15 likes. Let's get, I guess, what is it? 5 more people or something like that, close to that. Warmer than last week, but still chilly. Oh, okay, got you. Good afternoon, Eddie. How you doing today, man? Jermaine, I'm just out here. A little bit tired. Definitely want to get some rest today. I think I went to bed a little bit late yesterday, so I'm trying to go to bed a little earlier today. And it's just like I told you guys, when it's so cold, like it's harder to motivate yourself to do anything. You just want to chill. But we've been working, man. We've been working. Got some things for business. Got a YouTube video film, so that's cool. So I got a video already, ready to go. I just need a thumbnail for it. I didn't get a thumbnail today, so I gotta still get a thumbnail for that video. Y'all willing? But everything has been going pretty smooth. Everything has been going pretty smooth today. Went and ate some food today. Hang out with some cool people as always. you know. So yeah, that's what we got going on. All right, let me go ahead and send this text message out to everybody who's on that list. Shout out to all of the new subscribers as well. Appreciate you guys. This happened to be your first time watching me on live. Well, my name is No Limit Eddie. At least that's what my name is on YouTube. I try to go live here. How often do I go live? Sundays and Thursdays. So let's say twice a week. Usually when I go live these 2 times a week, my main objective is just to have a conversation with the subscribers. You know what I mean? I feel like going live is the best way to connect with you all and to get your guys' story. I learned so much about everybody who follows my channel via the live streams that I would never know in the comment section, because it's so much easier to have a live stream. It's so much easier to have a conversation on live than it is to have a conversation in the comments. So I just enjoy going live, most definitely. But everybody smash the like button for me. Let's go ahead and get up to 15 likes. 15 likes. As far as we're going to talk about today, man, I came here to Egypt. I landed in Egypt on August 4th, 2021. It is now December 19th, 2021. So, we are already 4 months in, kicking it strong. We've been enjoying the process of being here. We have, met our fair share of fun activities, fun experiences. I've ran across, a lot of very cool local people. I was able to meet Patrol on a mission, and I just been able to just be able to take in a little bit more of just a little bit more of the scenery, a little more of the scenery, you know what I mean, which is so cool. As well as, I'm in nowhere forever, you know what I mean? I'm nowhere forever. I'm here one day, that somewhere else the next. But when it comes to, yeah, just seeing how, when during the first exodus, how people left out, how we left out during the Passover is happening during spring, and I can see why. Because if it was winter time and you got to cross the Red Sea and New Orleans when it's that cold, man, that's a game changer. You know what I mean? And so I think Passover is in a month of Abib, which is the first month, which begins in spring. So the weather should be a lot more friendly during that time. So I'm excited to see what that weather will be like and kind of get a gist of, you know what I mean? Just like you can understand a little bit more of the story, a little more context to it. So I just enjoy being out here, to be honest with you. Hey, being in Egypt for 4 months is opening your mind more, getting to know the culture and history. Yeah, it definitely has. So it's just been dope to kind of get some of the extracurricular details. I never knew that Egypt got cold. You know what I mean? I never knew that Egypt got cold. I thought it was always hot year round and different things like that. But now actually seeing it, you know what I mean, and being here for a time, being here for a time, it's interesting, and even just the crossing of the Red Sea, when I thought about it, I never knew the Red Sea was as big as it is. But then, there's some people who believe that the crossing happened in a particular area, and it would make sense, because I know when I was out swimming and things like that, they just have some parts where it's a 20-foot drop off. You know what I mean? It's a 20-foot drop off, and it's like, okay, how the heck would they have walked straight? Like, how did they just drop down 20 feet? You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't have been able to survive a fall like that. So, definitely kind of give some extra clues and extra bits and details to, how they were able to cross. I think they say like in the Dahab is where the actual crossing point was, something like that, I believe. And then even the name Dahab, which is a city here in Egypt, more so I think towards the Sinai Peninsula, Dahab means enough gold. And that is where it was believed that in that city of Dahab, where the Israelites made the golden calf, you know what I mean? And there's a whole story about we just had so much gold and we just didn't know what to do with it, so now we're doing this. So there's so much more history that you learn just about being here, you know what I mean, that I would not have been privy to had I not been in the land of Egypt. So I thought that was interesting. How it's beautiful, very resortish. Yeah. Most definitely. Seeing, so yeah, this history like that, you know what I mean? Swimming in the Red Sea, get to know, wow, because this is really deep right here. You know what I mean? Or this guy, how did they walk across the coral reefs? How to do this? How to do that? So then maybe going up to the harbor, I might see something different. Like, oh yeah, this makes a lot more sense that they'll be able to cross here and walk here, and different things like that. And it's even just a shorter distance across, from the Hob over to the land of the Moabites, something like that. So I don't know, man. It's been interesting being here personally for me. Everybody come in here and smash a like button. Everybody come here and smash a like button. We're just gonna go ahead and talk about that. I definitely want to get up to 15 likes before we start the conversation. I have this a little lighter in my hand right now. Um, this is how we used to light the oven. This is how we used to light the oven, but they have like a Marlboro cigarette on there. People smoke a lot here in Egypt. Sometimes I'll just have a lighter in my hand for no reason. We got Big King Kingston in the building. What up? What up? Everybody who's coming on here, smash the like button, man. Liking the video just lets YouTube know you're enjoying the live stream. They also have a triple K in the back. I don't know if I never realized that until just having it in my hand right now. Try to show y'all. Oh, it's backwards. Something. Maybe this will help. Yeah, it's kind of blurry, but I'm just trying to show you guys. Like it has, it's got that little thing right here that says KKK. That's something that would never fly within the states. www.kkklighters. But like I said, the stuff that exists within the states doesn't always exist in these other countries. You know what I mean? The relation to race is significantly different um, on the continent as it is in the states. We about water right now. I forgot. Um, Also, you guys know sometimes my throat be like a little bit tweaking lives. I went ahead and got some Haws. These are a lime flavor, so fresh lime candies, what they call them, but they're Haws. So fresh lime candies, fresh lime candy. The lime flavor is not bad. The lime flavor is not bad. I enjoy it. I've been eating it, not eating it, but I've been using it myself, and I can approve them definitely because they don't have the ones that I like. Usually, it's a yellow pack. It's the one I would get all the time in the states. They just happen to not have that here. So we ended up having to go for this lime one. I said, let me just try this one. Look like the best one. While you think Egypt would have a healthy attitude not to smoke, I would think they'll be more conservative. No, Egyptian smoke, Tanzanian smoke. Smoking is very big here on the continent. I'm not sure if they never got the smoke awareness situation, like how we did in the States, people with the hole in their throats and things like that, or if it was a situation as to where they just don't care. I don't know which one it is. On a pack of cigarettes, though, they always tell you can get cancer from this, you can get this from this, but they keep doing it. So this is how it is. Also, man, now No Limit Shay, she's changed her name to Shay Vlog. So big ups to her for that. You know what I mean? Changing her names over to Shay Vlog. I think it's fitting the channel. She's been growing a lot more subscribers, which is good for her. She has been, her watch time has been increasing significantly. So big ups to her for that. Also, big ups to Celeste TV for shouting out Shay Vlogs as well in her latest video. Shout out to Celeste TV. I enjoy her last video as well. We got Sade in the building. Hey Sade, I always call you like Sade, Sade, but Shannon always correct me and say Sade, but it's just the verbiage of it is just so tricky to me. But yeah, we got Sade in the building. Changed her profile photo. Shout out to Sade Imore. If you guys want to check out her channel, her name is spelled so different. If you want to check out her channel, just check it out. Is Sade Imore. You can she's been posting a lot of videos. One of her last ones was about many people, tiny people. You know what I mean, and about her phobia of that. So that might be a video you guys might want to check out and view. She did a video recently about her lock journey as well. So check that video out. And let me show you, we got her lock started too. You know what I mean? So maybe they can do some collaborations, some lock video collaborations. Michelle and Mission said, hey, it's Sade. Yep. That's a big ups to her for that. Yeah, but everybody come in and smash the like. Let's get up to 15 likes in this live. 15 likes in this live. You know what I mean? I feel like my eyes look super red. Let me turn this light on. I feel like my eyes look super red. Not sure if it's just on my computer though. The new Spider-Man movie is amazing. Really. I'm not the biggest movie person. I'm not the biggest movie person at all. So I can't even tell you what the movie was about or how good it was or how it wasn't and stuff. Do you miss vehicle? I was just talking to Chance today about driving. Like I don't like. Once I started driving, I like to drive myself everywhere. I wasn't a fan of waiting for another human to give me a ride and all kind of stuff like that. But you know, I like my lip balm is so finished. It's like it's done now. It's crazy. But y'all was telling Shannon today, like, man, I enjoyed just driving my own car, being able to go where I wanted to go, when I wanted to go. That's what I liked in my life. Driving here seems a lot different. I don't know about having a car out here, but just definitely a moped, a motorcycle, an ATV, something like that. I think would be good. Just to commute and just to cruise around, and stuff like that. Well, I guess we're waiting for the lights to get up. Ice cream, man. So you guys know I really enjoy ice cream. That's one of my like one of the few sweets that I enjoy eating. I'm not the biggest sweet person, but I always enjoy birthday cake and ice cream. Okay, so as a kid I had asthma, right? So my mom would restrict me from eating dairy-based ice cream because dairy was supposedly going to inflate the asthma and stuff like that. So I had to always eat uh, rainbow sherbet ice cream. That was the only ice cream that I could eat as a kid. Rainbow sherbet ice cream. I had to use soy milk. It's a lot of poison was going on in my youth. So so yeah. So then I was eating rainbow sherbet ice cream all the time as a kid, but I always hated that. I just had to eat it because I had to eat it. But I never wanted that. I wanted cookies and cream. I wanted the butter pecan. I wanted all the other flavors, but I had to be limited to rainbow sherbet. And then come to find out as we got older, rainbow sherbet had dairy in it the whole time. So it was like, wow, man, I was just getting cheated. You know what I mean? I could have been eating what I've been wanting to eat this entire time. We just thinking we're doing something positive and we doing something negative the whole time. So it was crazy. But ice cream has always been one of my go-to sweets. And being here on the continent, um, ice cream is not nearly as big as it is in the States, for one. And then for two, the flavors, not even the flavors, the quality of the ice cream it differs quite a bit. It differs quite a bit from the locations. So yeah, so I ended up just really wanting something sweet the last few days. So I decided to go over to the market. It's a market called Carrefour. It's a pretty big local shop out here. So I go to Carrefour. I go get me a box of Betty Crocker cake mix. Say, "Hi, I'm gonna go ahead and cook me some cake, man. I'm gonna make some cake because I just want something sweet. You know what I mean? I'm not the biggest sweet person, but two sweets that I like I said, is ice cream and cake. I like those two things. So I'm like, man, okay, I'm gonna bake me a cake. So I go and buy the mix. Then I get home and then Shan like, so how do you plan on making it? Like, we don't even have really the ingredients to make it. Then I already thought to myself, dang, you're right. We really don't even have like a cake pan. We don't even have like a mixing bowl per se. So I don't know. Nutty Cracker, LOL. Folks gotta survive. And so they got cake in Egypt. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the cake that I like. It's chocolate cake, that cake, all the other weird stuff. If you guys know, growing up in LA, Big King Kingston would know this. Big King Kingston would know this, being he's from Cali. Superior grocery store. Getting a cake from Superior grocery store was almost a top tier livelihood of any birthday party. If you went to a birthday party and a cake wasn't from Superior grocery store, it was almost a failed mission. It was almost a dry run. So Superior grocery stores had some of the best cakes in the world, and I promised myself as a kid, when I get older, I'm just going to randomly go to the store and buy cake. I always did that. Every few months I might just go to the store, go get me a cake. Sometimes I get a full cake, not a full size, but like a full personal cake, and eat that. Sometimes I go in and just get a slice. That's one thing that I said I was gonna do as a kid, and I did it as an adult. As a kid, I said I was gonna do all kind of stuff. I'm gonna buy any toy that I want and all this stuff. I didn't buy the toys, but I did do the cake part. So I'm like, man, so I want me a birthday cake. They don't really have birthday cakes out here. It's all chocolate this, cheesecake that, and when you want a regular birthday cake, a cheesecake is not going to satisfy you. A chocolate cake is not going to satisfy you. So I said, all right, let me go ahead and get this box of Betty Crocker, and let me go ahead and do what I need to do to survive. So, I get that joint. I end up mixing it inside of a pot. I didn't even have eggs. Like, you can use bananas, eggs, and all this stuff. Like, man, forget that. I'm just gonna do the oil. I'm just gonna do the water, and then see what happens. I'll cook it up. Put it in the oven. And then I end up, like I said, that's why I don't like to cook, is because I always getting distracted. So, I might, do this, do this, do that. Forget the cake is in there. Bottom of the cake burnt. So I really had to scrape off. About 80% of it was burnt. So I had to just eat the top 20%. With top 20% was good. You know what I mean? But it's like, dang, I didn't really get the full fulfillment of the cake mix. So anyway, so today I still had the craving to get something sweet. So I went to another store out here, and I was able to find some ice cream today, from a brand called Wonderville, I believe it was, Wonderville ice cream. Now, I'm very picky on the foods that I really enjoy. So ice cream is one of those foods, pancakes is another one. Um, and so with the ice cream that I was able to get today, just in case you happen to be out here in Egypt and you're like, man, I want some ice cream. Like in Tanzania, I did a lot of reviews of food. Hey, everybody smash the like button. Everybody smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. I want to get to 20 likes on this live, 20 likes on this live, 5 more likes on this live stream. I know we can do it. If you happen to be watching me on your phone and you have me horizontally, you just need to flip me vertically like this, and you can smash a like. At the very same time, if you're watching me on your computer, all you gotta do is minimize the window and you can smash the like button. At the same time as that, if you watch me on your TV, you can hit the 3 dots and you can smash the like button. Liking a video just lets YouTube know that you enjoy the video and they want to promote the video out more. I know a lot of people, have misconceptions that YouTubers get paid based off the likes that they get in the video. So people are like, I'm not gonna hit the like button because I don't want to support this guy, and different things like that. But that's okay. We don't get paid for the likes, at least not directly. So, just go ahead and smash the like button, and do things of that nature. If you do want to contribute to the No Limit Eddie channel, you can hit the PayPal, which No Limit Shade has dropped into our link, dropped into the chat right now. It's that link. You can also hit the Cashapp with No Limit Shade, not No Limit Shade, sorry. Shade Vlogs has dropped the PayPal link in. You can donate to the PayPal. You can also donate to the Cashapp, which is in the chat as well. There's also a super chat button, which is the money sign icon of the chat. You can click on that, buy a super chat or buy a super sticker. It goes a long way in supporting the No Limit Eddie channel and things of that nature. So the Wonderville ice cream. You might be in Egypt. You might be wondering, I want some ice cream too. I want to see what they got. So that was my first. Like carton of ice cream that I bought here. I bought in scoops before, which are just decent, but it's not really hitting on a new level. I've bought in. Yeah, I bought in scoops. I bought ice cream bars here before as well. But this was the first carton that I've ever bought, and it was from a brand called Wonderville. Little pint, something like that. I ate the whole pint in one day. Like I said, I cake and ice cream, I can eat a lot of it. You know what I mean? I don't eat it often, but when I do eat it, I'm eat a lot of it. So I end up just eating the pint, today, whatever. As far as my review on it, man, okay, it was vanilla flavor. I like plain regular ice cream. I like my ice cream to be soft. For me, soft ice cream tastes sweeter. Let me know if you guys like your ice cream hard or you guys like your ice cream soft. I personally like soft ice cream. If it's hard, it can't even, it's so cold you can't taste it. That's my personal take on it. So I like my ice cream to be a little softer. Now, I took it out early when I got to the store. I took it out and walked around the whole store with it for the whole time I was in the store. I was in the store maybe for 30 minutes. I wanted it to soften up. By the time I got home, it really wasn't even all that soft. Still pretty solid. Not hard, definitely not hard, but definitely not soft either. Definitely not soft either. The texture of it, was, so okay, let's say Breyers and Dryers ice cream that has a lot of artificial sugars and artificial flavorings and artificial things like that keep it soft. It's not that level. It's not that like it's just instantly soft. No. But also let's say like to me, Haagen-Dazs is usually a little bit harder of ice cream. I guess it was a little bit closer to Haagen-Dazs than it would be to the Breyers and Dryers. So I didn't like the hardness of it. The taste of it overall was not very sweet. Not very sweet. It wasn't the best. It was like if you were to go and get, if you guys ever been to a store called Ralph's, Kroger, basically, they sell these huge cartons of ice cream. They're called like Party Pals or Party Pails. It's like a big bucket of ice cream, maybe like $5, pennies on the pence, right? And sometimes they have the Neapolitans. They'll have the 3 flavors in one. Sometimes they'll be straight vanilla. It almost tasted like that, Or even a better comparison, like they used to have these ice creams inside of a plastic bag, and they used to be individual ones, but individual ones, and had like a plastic on the outside that had a lot of ridges on there. If you guys know, you guys know. But they used to have those, like a pack of 25 on for 3 pence, something like that. $3, nothing small, nothing big. So it kind of had that taste, like a cheap ice cream taste. The texture was, like I said, a little bit on the harder side. It wasn't that soft. And the flavor, like I said, it wasn't really that sweet. So, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 of all the ice creams that I've eaten, it'll have to rank at around a 5. I'll be honest with you, I had to rank it around a 5. Not the highest quality ice cream that I've had, but it did what it needed to do for the day. I was recommended a different brand called London, I believe, so I'm going to try that brand out sometime soon. But I don't recommend you guys try the Wonderville. You can try it if you want, but I wouldn't say go get that Wonderville that's smacking and slapping. That's just how it is. I'm a chef. All cakes have to be homemade, no boxes. Make a birthday cake and you happen to be coming towards this area, let me know. Let me know something. One thing I do want is a pot pie. I need to go down to Luxor again and get another pot pie. Yeah, Mature the Mission said soft is best. Yeah, the soft is best. Dove got ice cream? They got ice cream bars, what they got? Wow, I never knew Dove had ice cream. Shane used to be the Dove connoisseur. Not really my vibe. But I like soft ice cream, like I said, like a little soft serve. Milkshake is really my go-to form of ice cream. A vanilla milkshake, slapping. That's my preferred ice cream. Even in the States, I would get ice cream and then put it into a thing with some milk, and then stir it around with a spoon and get it nice and soft and stuff like that. Baskin Robbins used to give me a headache. Cold Stones was my preferred go-to if I went to a chain store to get ice cream. Baskin Robbins was not it. It was Cold Stones. And the mix-ins that I would get, Cold Stones was good. I like the Cold Stones experience. Hey, let me ask y'all this. Anybody who goes to McDonald's, did you ever hear that McDonald's had a custard pie? Let me know that. Let me know. Maybe I'm tweaking. Big King Kingston, especially with you being in California. Did you ever hear of a custard pie from McDonald's? J-Blog is a wicked character. McDonald's got the best ice cream. They might. I remember Baskin Robbins first came out with that soft serve, that 31 below, and they used to call it.
That was disgusting.
Shane used to hate it, but I used to love it.
That was the worst thing they ever did.
Huh?
That was the worst thing they ever did.
You think so?
Yeah.
You was a hater though.
No, I wasn't anything like that.
I used to pour it up.
With yogurt.
But I like yogurt though.
That's the problem.
Everybody, let me know that. Did you ever hear of a custard pie from McDonald's? Let me know that, guys. Shout out to you guys for getting me 20 likes. I appreciate that. WM West Coast in the building. Hold on, WM. Shout out to WM West Coast for the super sticker. Said GG, it's a hippo, clapping it up, clapping it up. Oh, that's funny. Clappers clapping. Nice one, WM West Coast. Is that a hippo or a rhino? Probably hippo, right? A hippo. Everybody smash the like button. Smash the like button, guys. You have to 25 likes on here. Shay Vlog got a clapping emoji in. That should be a new emoji, huh? That should be the new emoji. Shout out to Freedom Bell clapping hands. That's a good one. And then no limitation. I say my dog wasn't a legend and all this. They don't know who my boy is. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to eat this haul. You know what I mean? And not choke on it. I don't eat cake. There's too much sweeteners. There's too much sweetness and sugar. No, that's fat free anymore. Okay. I like birthday cake. I just give me a cake as long as it got some really good icing on there and it's cold. Oh man. Yeah, that's my go-to. Get a nice cake from Superior. Go to Ralph's, get a nice cake. Put it in the refrigerator. And maybe it's cold already. I take it in my car. I sit in my car. Eat it. You know what I mean? That's one of my go-to joints. I don't even remember what actually I was eating. I know I used to eat a lot of Cold Stone ice cream. That was mainly the Cold Stone ice cream, my main go-to. After a while, all right, cool. Finish that haul. So, I mean, basically, man, 4 months here in Egypt. Like I said, I got here in August 4th. It's now December 19th. So, yeah, we're over 4 months at this moment in time. You know, so overall, man, I had never in my life really had any desire to come to Egypt per se. I never really even looked into being here until I got to the continent, and I was thinking of just a couple of different countries that I could go to after TZ. After I started seeing like, okay, it is what it is. So after seeing that, I kind of did look into Egypt, but that was the first time in my life I ever even considered coming out here. You know, I thought it was just desert. You know what I mean? I never really even thought it was what it was. Never thought it was developed or cities and you know just things like that. I just thought it was pyramids everywhere, sphinxes everywhere, just you know racists here, racists there. I didn't really even take my time ever to do my due diligence and research the country of Egypt until you know I was out here on the continent, and then yeah, as the time came around for me to depart Egypt, even the day of my flight, I was still nervous. Like, oh man, am I making the right choice? Should I just try to find a way to stay here, or should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do that? Even the day of my flight, I was just like still a little bit tweaking, just a little bit about what I should do and what will make the smartest choice and the best choice and things like that. I'm pacing back and forth. You know, it's a little nervous still, but you know, definitely after being here for as long as I have now, I'm very, very happy with the choice. Y'all are young and managing 10 times better in Africa than most older people. You know, I mean, it depends. It depends on the status and the stature. You know what I mean? Of the people that come over. You know, I was actually going to make a video about that. You know, older versus younger. Like, it's easier to come over here if you're older, or easier to come over here if you're younger. Maybe we can talk about that towards the end of the live stream. You know, maybe we can talk about that towards the end of the live stream. Maybe I can make that a pin that comment, so that way I can come back to that. And so yeah, everybody come in and smash the like button. Everybody come in and smash the like button. And so yeah, that's kind of how it was for a minute. Yeah, like you know, once I got here, you know, I was very happy at the choice that I made. I was very happy with the people that I was surrounded by. I was happy with the environment, that the locals, how friendly they were, that the fact that I didn't feel as if I was getting treated differently because of you know where I may have been born and different things like that. It was just a fair treatment from the beginning. You know, standardized treatment from the beginning, I guess you can say. and so that was one of the biggest things. That okay, I really like the vibration of the country that I'm in at this moment in time. When it comes to money, things are cheaper. Depending on the location in which you are, some things are more expensive depending on the location in which you are. If you go to bigger cities, things are going to cost a little bit more. If you go to smaller cities, things might cost a little bit less. So I do like the fact that, and the cool thing about it is like you're not limited. In Tanzania, I'm not saying you're limited, but you're limited to Arusha and Dar. Those are kind of where you can be and still feel comfortable. Still feel comfortable. Here in Egypt, everywhere is developed. You know, um, what happened?
Nothing with that serious.
Nuisance and nonsense.
One of his new driver passed out for 30 minutes again on the truck.
His own driver.
Yeah,
I gotta call him.
on his first day.
So yes, the hiring is the hardest part, and so he needs prayer, like for real. The um yeah, like places in Egypt overall are far more developed, just about everywhere.
He sent me 12 pictures.
What? Oh, he was asleep. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got you. Um, when it comes to, I thought you said he actually like passed out. I was like, wow. Um, as a Yeah, in Egypt. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by different conversations. In Egypt, right, you can kind of move to a lot more locations. You're not limited to just a couple of cities. So you can say, okay, this city's gonna be cheaper for me. I'll move here. You know what I mean? This city's gonna be cheaper for me. I can move here. Like let's say right now we got Trail Mission over in Luxor, right? There's other people who are in the Hub. Some people who might be in Aswan. Some people who might be in Alexandria. There's so many different places and different regions you can go to, and even weather-wise, you know what I mean? Even weather-wise, you may say, okay, I like the weather here, I like the weather here, I like the weather there. You know what I mean? I'm like this scenery here, scenery here, scenery here, scenery there. I feel like it's a lot more mobility. Most of the time people when they go to Tanzania, they're in Dar, right? 98% of people go to Dar. Maybe another 1% go to Arusha, and then another 0.000.5% go to what do you call it? Dodoma, and then the rest, are just vacationing or something like that. Maybe they go to Zanzibar or whatever, but talking about the mainland in particular, it's really just Dar Salaam, Arusha, and then some people might go to Dodoma. You know what I mean? But that's really about it. I don't really hear people going too adventurous. But here, you can kind of move to any city because it's a little bit more structured. So that's kind of the cool part. That's one of the things that I do like about it as well. And so I feel okay. Well, I'm at the city where I'm at now. I like it. The price. The locals tell me that this is an expensive area. The locals tell me this is an expensive area. So I sometimes consider myself say, okay, maybe I should move somewhere where it's cheaper. Like, let me see what cheap is. You know what I mean? And just do a couple of things like that. So that is a consideration for me from time to time. But at the same time, like I always say, like the community aspect is important. So I would need to, see what how to move would affect, what I mean, the people I'd be around, who will be over there, and things like that. But overall, the entirety of my 4 months here in Egypt has been enjoyable. You know what I mean? It's been enjoyable. As far as the low moments, the moments that's just like irritating and things like that, it's very very few and far in between. You know what I mean? Very few and far in between. And I say the same thing about TZ too. Like Tanzania was a cool spot. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. The only main reason I had to leave was just because I saw the way that things are progressing as far as just the overall attitude towards African Americans. That was one of the main reasons that I ended up basically having to leave GZ and different things of that nature. Um, but I'm just right now I'm just giving a formal review of Egypt. So yeah, I like the fact that I can kind of move anywhere I would like to, wherever the budget allows, wherever the weather is fitting. I'm not gonna lie, it is cold down here, but apparently it's warmer than some places. So if I could find a place that was warmer than this, you know what I mean, I wouldn't mind. Um, I wouldn't mind being over there. I got my heater plugged in right now and all kind of stuff. They have something out here called oil-based heaters. So apparently it's like oil that just goes around and stuff like that. Like it's not like an air heater. It just I don't know how it works in honestly, but it's called oil-based heater, and apparently it just you can heat the whole room up. It's been heating the whole room up, but it's not blowing out heat, which is interesting. Um, What else can I say, man? 4 months being here, 4 months being here. Just one of the things that I can say is the stray animal population is pretty interesting. It's a vast amount of stray animals. Hey, Ariel, what are you looking at me for, boy? Come here. It's a vast. Sometimes my dog just stares at me, and he don't really tell me why he's staring at me. There's a vast amount of dogs here, stray dogs. Vast amount of stray cats here as well. Oh yeah. The other day I was going outside to take the trash out, and there's this white dog who usually lives on my street. Well, not on my street, but in my general area. A few streets up, a few streets down, you see him. And so I just go out to take the trash out the other day. I'm taking it out, and I'm going in, and I just see him like once he sees me, he gets up and starts running towards me. And I'm like, what the heck? But I'm not thinking too much of it, so I just start walking to the trash, and I'm like, what do you got going on? As I'm approaching the trash can, there's always cats live on the trash can. So the cats are looking behind me, kind of hissing a little bit, like shh, shh, like looking like threatening or something like that. So I'm like, man, what they going on? So I turn around, that dog is behind me, like posted up, looking like he want to do intimidation factors to me. So I'm like, what the heck? This is weird. So I throw the trash away, then I immediately go ahead and pick up a rock. Now I see this. This is what I've seen locals do. So when a dog starts to get too ruthless or too reckless, I don't know why the dog was on business the other day, but I don't know if it was a full moon, what it was, but the dogs were on business yesterday. Not yesterday, a couple of days ago. And so I picked up my rock, this is what I've seen locals do, and just like, had to what kind of stray dogs and catch this. This is mutts, this mutts. But so I picked up my rock and things like that. And once I picked up the rock, he's like, oh shoot, he started trotting backward. Then as I kept going, he kind of stretching himself again as he moved away. And then he just started barking, I think, you know what I mean? But I ended up walking to the house. Um, you know, um, so um that was really it. But I just had to let y'all know sometimes the dogs do get a little ruthless. I got chased by a dog when I first really was getting here. You know what I mean? Everybody smash that like button for me. Everybody smash that like button for me. Let's get up to 25 likes, guys. 25 likes on this live stream. If you're watching this live stream right now, all you need to do is smash the like button. It's super easy, super simple to do. Hit the like. Now, yes, the dog was on Vince the other day, but there's a lot of stray dogs, a lot of stray cats. There's somebody who's taking care of them and managing them. I think the government has a program to help take care and manage them because they will have like tags on their ears to identify them and things like that. So I do believe that these dogs are being regulated in some shape or form by the government. But I guess it is not spaying and neutering these animals or something of that nature. Which I think will be smart to do. But that's just how it is. Maybe it's too expensive or one of the reasons they don't do it. But yeah, I mean, there's not too much else I can say about, what I mean, my time in Egypt. I guess if you guys want to ask some certain questions, feel free to ask them. The availability of things is different. They can have rabies. Yeah, they can have rabies. You know what I mean? That's why I picked up the rock and things like that because that's what I seen locals do. Locals would chuck a rock at a dog quick. Now I didn't want to abuse an animal, but I did pick up the rock and just let them know. I don't know who you think you're talking to, but it's not me. And ever since that day, he's been respectful again. But he just had a day where I guess he decided he's gonna try me or something. But dogs are just being ruthless overall. Shan told me a story too about the dogs being trying to be aggressive towards her too. I think the day before that, it was just a little season, a little something in the air that made these dogs think they can be real hostile. Also, hands down to some of the families from the diaspora being in Dar es Salaam for a year. I don't know. The stray dogs and stray cats just say how they are. Just I don't know whichever breeds they are. They're just mutts. No, it's just a bunch of mutts. You know what I mean? Just anything you can think of is there. Like like I said, I can't even really tell you what kind of dogs they are. They're just dogs. You know what I mean? Most of them are medium sized though. Most of them are medium sized. You know what I mean? Most of them are medium sized, like German golden retriever levels. They're around that size. You know what I mean? What type of dogs are they in particular? I don't know. They're just kind of just regular. Way more strays in America. Way more strays in America. Dogs run the streets here in Egypt. They run the streets here in Egypt. They're everywhere. They do this camp outside in front of restaurants. They have their own little back alleys. They got gang of dogs that transform this place, transform that spot. They got little holes dug out for it they live in. Stray animals are just everywhere in the continent. Period. But dogs are way more prevalent here in Egypt than they were in Tanzania. In Tanzania, it was cats, 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 cats. Here is dogs and cats. You know, dogs and cats. So that's kind of how it goes. That is how it goes for sure. Cleanliness too. Cleanliness is different in Egypt than it is in Tanzania. The way the streets look and the way that the cities look and the way that everything looks is different from city to city for sure, or from country to country for sure too. But being that I've been here for 4 months, I just got adjusted to how it is. They don't. Sometimes they'll burn their trash can, but they also actually have a trash collection system. Like they'll have a guy in a green and orange suit, and they'll have a garbage truck, and they'll pick up the big waste bins and dump them in and things like that. It seems like the trash cans are like communal property, so I don't understand who pays for them, if it's the owner of a building or who exactly it is. But I have noticed that they do have like actual legit trash service here, at least in the city that I'm in, and it may not be the same from other places. But I've also seen the garbage men burn their trash as well. We got Audrey in the building. Audrey, just tuning in. Nothing's really going on, man. We're just talking about my experience here in Egypt for the last 4 months. Kind of giving some extra context, I guess, to it. Just wanted to go live and talk to the people today. Things like that. Try to go talk to people on Sundays and on Thursdays. So that's all we're doing right now. None of the shades gonna be gearing up to go on a live stream sometime soon. Um, live stream sometime soon after this. So, just kind of taking care of those things. But yeah, that's just my experience being here. Thank you for much already. Yeah, it's been over 4 months. I got here. I landed in Egypt on August 4th. It is now December 19th. So we're already 4 months in. A little bit over 4 months, enjoying the process and things like that. Time definitely does fly here on the continent. Yeah, time definitely does fly here on the continent. So big ups to that. Yeah, but I guess that's what I want to talk about. If you guys have any particular questions about Egypt and things like that, feel free to ask them. If not, then we're going to go ahead and jump into W and West Coast comments about younger people managing, us being younger and being able to manage sometimes older people. We're going to talk about the fact that we're going to talk about the concept of age being over here in the continent and things like that. Stuff like that. Let's get 30 likes on this live. 30 likes on this live, definitely. What's the biggest thing you've learned so far? Biggest thing that I learned so far being here in Egypt, I would say the biggest thing I learned so far, man, is just that, man, we've really been lied to. Like, it's just so many lies. So many lies about Egypt always being warm, lies about Egypt, being racist, and I'm not saying that there are lies about it, but most people assume that Egypt is racist. I think lies about, people saying that, that Egypt is expensive, lies about people saying that, I think just lies. You know what I mean? Like, wow, like, I wouldn't have expected Egypt to be what it is. To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't have expected Egypt to be what it is. And also, just one of the biggest things I learned is just that respect is respect. You know what I mean? Just because somebody looks like you doesn't mean they think like you. You know what I mean? And I feel so much. I feel quite welcomed and well received here. To be quite honest with you, I know Journey Through a Kebalan. She's in Mexico now. Shout out to Journey Through a Kebalan. She traveled the whole continent, man. She's been in Ghana and Tanzania and Zanzibar and I don't even know what other country she's been to, but she traveled around the different countries on the continent for quite a while. She was on the continent even far before I was here, and she just went to the country of Mexico at this moment in time. And she is saying the same thing, that she feels very well received in that country as well. You should vlog the nightlife just one time to get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, I mean, this that concept of just one time, it really would get a lot of people hurt. Seems like many people are learning a lot of the lies we've been told about the continent. Yeah, overall, man, overall, you know what I mean. It's been a great time and things like that. Sad but true. Yeah. Nah, this is how it is, Big King Kingston. That people be like, thinking that just because they look like you, they're gonna think like you. But it's not really the case. Shout out to NASCAR Nana, appreciate you. But let's go on to the topic that WM West Coast suggested. And about moving to Africa. And it's crazy because I literally was gonna make a video about that WM West Coast. I literally was gonna make a video about that today, but I decided to do something else. I made from a different video. But okay, so when it comes to money, right? When you're younger, let's talk about young versus old. Young versus old. So when it comes to that aspect of it, the difference is I feel like okay, if you come out come out to the content when you're older, and I saw not a live stream, but a video about this. I never watched a video, but I saw the thumbnail about it from O'Shea Luke Jackson when he said like, should you only move to Africa once you have a retirement or different things like that? And that's kind of what he was talking about in that live stream that he had produced. And so, one of the things I do think is if an advantage if you come out older, is that you will have a little bit more of a stable life. More than likely you'll have a source of like you have a 401k, you know what I mean, that you can have your retirement fund like that. You may have been in the military before, and you may have been able to retire from the military and get your benefits, you know what I mean? Or I don't know what it's called, but pension or whatever it is from the military, you might be able to get that, on a month-to-month basis. So you come in, okay, with I don't have to do anything, and I'm going to make this amount each day or this amount each month, basically. So I think some of the advantages of being older when you come out of the country is the income side, of it is that you might have a lot more stability or a much bigger cushion than someone who comes out when they're younger. At the same time, you're going to more likely have, if you're older, you're going to have a higher chance of owning real estate. You know what I mean? Within the country that you're leaving, so maybe you had a house that you were able to flip and sell. Maybe you had maybe you had multiple properties. Maybe you were investing in real estate already. Maybe you've already had been able to climb your way up the corporate ladder and get the money that you needed to make to invest into properties, so you have residual income. But basically, I think as when you're somebody who's coming out to the continent when you're older, more than likely, if you played your cards right, you have a little bit more consistency than somebody who's coming out when they're younger. You know what I mean? So, somebody like me, I didn't really have that much time in the workforce to incur a 401k or to incur a retirement plan or to incur, real estate or things of that nature. I didn't really have the, the time. I really didn't have the time to do it. You know what I mean? To say you're 21, that's only 19, 20, it's only 3 years. So in 3 years, most people are not at the peak of their success in any business. So, you didn't really have the time to work your way up to get to the point where you own real estate or get to the point where you got a solid 401k or this and that and that. So those are some of the things that I feel like you have an advantage of when you're a little bit older. But when you're younger, some of the advantages I feel like you have is that you grew up with the internet. So making money on the internet and internet money comes a lot easier to you, comes a lot faster to you, because there's less of a learning curve, because a lot of ways we grew up with YouTube, we grew up with TikTok and Instagram and Snapchats and all kinds of different things like that. So the understanding that, hey, people my age are making serious bread off of this, and understanding that this is an opportunity for you to make bread is something that is an advantage for younger people. Because sometimes people may be older and not understanding that, hey, I can actually do this. I can actually succeed in this. I can actually pick up my camera, shoot some TikTok, put my phone down, and you know what I mean, be earning money or going viral or this and that. Likewise, I can pick up my phone, film a couple of Instagram, take a couple of Instagram photos, and have companies pay me X amount of $1,000 every post. I can make 10,000 a post, 20,000 a post, or whatever it is that you can do. And after a while, so I think being younger is you have the number one, you have the energy and the stamina to put in you have the energy and the stamina to get income when you're here. Also, at the same time, you have a better understanding of how the internet works just overall. You know what I mean? So you can understand this is an opportunity here, this is an opportunity there. I can flip this here, I can flip that there. And that kind of is an advantage to a lot of people that are younger. So, I feel like if you're older and you're coming out, we're talking older retirement age. Sadisha Mature on the Mission, she did a video about that. If you're retirement age, man, I feel like you got a lot of advantages, with the level of consistency that you might have, if you're younger, you have the energy, you know what I mean? Like, I think the Bible says, well, he picks the young because he picks the old because they know the way, and the young because they have the energy or something of that nature, or young because they have the strength. Order doesn't necessarily equal security. Plenty of people thought they would be more financially sound, but stock market crashes, job losses, real estate crashes, etc. occurred. Order doesn't necessarily equal security. The order does equal security. Order definitely does equal security. You know what I mean? And that's for people who move in life properly. You know what I mean? If you're gonna trust another man to manage your money, then yeah, you're gonna get screwed. You know, because they're not going to have a vested interest in you and your genetic legacy the same way you should have an interest in yourself and your genetic legacy. So if you let another man control your 401k, then and you invest in the market crashes, that's lack of planning on your part. You know what I mean? If you let if you let your whole life be based around another man controlling your work, you know what I mean? You have one stream of income and that's your boss, and your boss has to fire you because he hates you, because he did this, because you did that, then that's poor planning on your part. You have to think about your future. That your boss doesn't care about your future. These companies who manage your 401k don't care about your future. They care about themselves, right? So you got to be ultra grimy as well. You got to care about yourself, and be planning for your future effectively. You know. So the people who you see at Walmart right now who are 80 years old, who can't stop working because they didn't plan effectively. It's really nobody's fault besides themselves. They decided to trust in the myth and the system that exists, and they got screwed out of it. So that's just how it is. And in every stock market crash, in every job loss, in every real estate crash, that's where the money is made. You buy when there's blood in the streets. You know what I mean? When people are selling like crazy, I'm losing, people are selling like crazy. That's when you buy. That's when the money is made. The profit is made in the buy. It's not made in the sell. So the lower you can buy it, the better chance you have of success. You know what I mean? But people buy when their friends are buying. Their friends are buying when the interest rates are low. Their friends are buying when the market is at a bubble. It costs them, in the long run. So that's just how it is. That's just how it is. But the younger generation just starting out on the African continent, and some older adults also. Yeah, that's how it is. Do you believe some African Americans got native bloodlines and America is our native land? Smash the like button. Yep, 80 years old, still working a job. Yeah, so as far as the Native Americans, we know that the Native Americans were black people. You know what I mean? Native Americans were black people. There's multiple belief systems out there. Now, if you kind of look at them, you look at the fringes that they wore, you look at the customs that they had, you look at the stories that they told, they believe that their ancestors came over by crossing a river that was broken to 7 streams. It could potentially be stated and be said that the Native Americans were also the Israelite tribes that ventured into a far off land. We mentioned this in the Apocrypha. I forgot what book. I think it might be the Book of Ezra. But that they went into a far off land that no man had ever dwelt before, in order to be able to sustain themselves and keep the commandments of Adonai. Clearly, they didn't really do that to the fullest extent. You know what I mean? But the Mayans, that they were black. You saw what they did with building up other temples and the pyramids and the human sacrifice. But even their culture has relation to the biblical culture. When you look at the culture of the what do you call them, the Native Americans, and the fact that even were insider tribes and their tent setups and their nomadicness, and the stories that that have been passed down from generation to generation, you can see that it has been it can definitely be rooted back to biblical tribes. And of course the current image of a Native American is a Caucasian, not a Caucasian, but a current image of a Native American is a more pale individual. And then you can just look up concepts as such as a $5 Indian. You know what I mean? The Indian reservations and things like that. It's kind of like how they say. It's kind of like how in Israel right now they have the Ish people. We know the Ish people are not the true people, but they can manipulate things and change things and move things how they desire and how they will. And that's kind of how it is. So do I believe that? And some people saying that America is a promised land, this and that. No, I don't believe that. But do I believe that we were the first inhabitants of the land of America? Yeah, I believe that we can be the first inhabitants of the land of America and the land of Mexico and the land that is currently Canada. You know what I mean? I do believe that we could have easily been the first inhabitants. When you look at the savagery that they came upon us with, the lack of remorse that they had when they did these type of things to us, it can easily be assumed that we were black. The Native Americans were black because it's just they have a lot of hatred for black people. You know what I mean? They have a lot of hatred for black people all over the world. you know, and different things like that. I was just looking recently into the Spartans. You know what I mean? The Spartans, and the name Hercules comes from merchant. The name Hercules comes from the word merchant. And the tribe of Dan, that was one of the traits that was one of the traits that comes from the tribe of Dan, was that they were merchants, they were sellers and things of that nature. And then Hercules, they said, was basically the founder of the Spartan people, right? That's what they believe. Simultaneously, Hercules' story is very similar to Samson's story. Samson, if you don't know, was the Danite who was a judge over the land of Israel. So, you know, a lot of these people who we may think were Caucasian, a lot of people who we may think were, you know, these different nations, different races, were very much associated with the seeds of Abraham. You know, and I was just reading, well, maybe research that when I was reading the book of Maccabees, and they were saying that those in Lacedonia are brothers to the Jews from the stock of Abraham. And when I did some research into it, you know what I mean, I was able to see that there was a connection between the Danites and the Spartans and, you know, the Jews of the land. And so, you know, do I believe that we're natives to America? Yes. But do I believe that we're a whole separate, that is the foundation of Black American, and we're different than this? No, I don't believe all that. I think it's one people, but it's just been separated. 80-year-old is still working a job. But from time to time, that's kind of what happens. You know what I mean? You don't set your life up properly. You know what I mean? And like I was saying, I don't have a retirement plan either myself. You know what I mean? I don't have, okay, I want to put all this money into a 401k. I'm going to invest all this money in this, invest all this money in that. Right now, my main focus is on getting cash flow and things like that. And even just the level of uncertainty that the world is in right now. 80% of the money in circulation was printed in 2020. The US dollar is worth nothing at this moment in time. It's just being propped up. So we don't even know when the US dollar is when they're going to just pull a curtain off and say, we've lied to you about money this whole time. And the US dollar is worth nothing. So even the people who did plan themselves properly, if they didn't invest in other precious metals, gold and silver, to kind of hedge their bet against the U.S. dollar, different commodities to hedge their bet against the U.S. dollar, it's going to be a dangerous time. You know what I mean? It's going to be a dangerous time because 80% of the money in circulation was printed in 2020. The U.S. dollar is void. You know, it's really void, and so we have no idea what the ramifications of the USD being truly revealed as to what it is, what it would have, what it would do to the United States, what it would do to the world as a whole. You know, we don't know in particular. So, you know, it's just one of those things as to where a lot of things are happening at this current moment in time that is just it's dicey. You know what I mean? It's super dicey. You know, but a lot of people are 80 years old and still having to work a job and still having to work 9 to 5 just because of lack of proper planning. You know what I mean? They just, you know, they did what they wanted to do and not what they needed to do. You know what I mean? And things like that. It's probably, you know, following the crowd and things. Everybody feel free to hit the Cash App or the PayPal or the Super Chat. The Super Chat is that money sign icon of the chat. You can click on that by a Super Chat or a Super Sticker. The Cash App and the PayPal, I'm dropping them into the chat right now. And then, yeah, if you hit any one of those three methods, I'm going to go ahead and ring these right here, these clappers for you as a show of appreciation for your support of the No Limit Eddie channel. You know, much appreciated, much appreciated. They just simulated a world financial collapse in Israel. Really? Something is coming soon. That's why it's good to invest in that. Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's I mean, we know that, man, it's the you know, the fiat currency system that we have right now is very flawed. You know what I mean? It's very flawed. That's backing his bombs and bullets and for now, right? I've seen the story. Yeah, definitely. Send me the story. Send me the story. It's a sad situation that, you know, a lot of people might be in soon, and we got to figure it out. You know, even myself, I need to figure out. I need to really start sitting down and seeing what my plan is going to be during that time. Do I want to invest? Do I want to invest in physical goods that I have in my presence? Because you can invest all this stuff here, and then wallet gets stolen, this and that. So do I want to invest in physical goods like gold and silver? Do I want to try to invest in just commodities? Do I want to just go to a gas, go buy a whole bunch of gas tanks and just have a whole bunch of gas and then have my money stored in there? I buy it at this price now and sell it for a ridiculous amount of price in the future. Do I want to like what's going to allow me to hedge my bet the most? You know what I mean? What's going to allow me to hedge my bet the most? You know, and there's a lot of different options that I can do. You know what I mean? But I want to sit down and really, you know, think it out, pray it out, and different things like that. Because clearly, you know, we're in a situation to where the USD really isn't worth anything. You know, I think being that I'm not in the US, it's not going to slap me as hard per se. You know what I mean? But um, it's still a situation as to where you got to find a vehicle. You got to find another vehicle to park your income. You know what I mean? You have to find another vehicle to park your income. You know, and just thinking, what's the best way to do that? Some find after a lot of seniors retire and don't travel the world international, so some would find a small extra job to have more residual income. No, I mean, like let's be honest. If you're 80 years old, you don't really have a desire. You don't have a desire to work when you're young. So imagine you're old, you have arthritis, you have pain, you have stresses. You didn't work your whole life. You never got to enjoy it. You're telling me you still want to work. You still want to go find another job that's so menial labor that you just know you're wasting your time. I don't believe that aspect of it. I don't believe that aspect of it. I don't believe people who are that old really want to continue to work. I think it's more of a necessity to work. You know, I think it's more of a necessity to work. But I guess on the aspect of young versus old, you know, when you are older, you have a lot more responsibilities as well. So is it easier to come to the concept when you're older or younger? When you're older, you have way more responsibilities. You're more likely going to have children. You know what I mean? If you got to think about, is it smart for me to move here with my kids? How are we going to school them? How are we going to make sure that they have a good environment where they have friends, where they have you know, social interaction with other people? How are we going to do all these different things? So that's one thing you're gonna have you know, kids to take care of, depending on your age. You know what I mean? Your kids are going to be out the house or whatever, but depending on your age as well, you may also be in a position where you need to take care of your parents, where your parents are now relying on you because they're at the retirement age where they need to have a caretaker. You know what I mean? And so, you know, you got to think, okay, you know, it's a good move for me to bring my mom and my dad on. You know what I mean? And things like that. It's a smart move. It's a smart play. You know, different things like that. So you definitely have a lot more responsibilities when you are older most of the time. When you're younger, you know, I think this is where it's an advantage to be younger, moving to the continent. I think when it comes to the money aspect, usually it should be an advantage if you're older. When it comes to the responsibility aspect, I think it's an advantage when you're younger because a lot of times you don't have the responsibility that somebody else would have and a thought that needs to go into it that an older person would have. You know, for me, for example, I can go anywhere I want to because it's not too big of a hold up besides my pets. Likewise, when we look at people like Tiffany Bannon, we look at people like Mark Meets Africa, they're not held up by certain responsibilities. So if they decide they want to go take a trip to Bagamoyo for 3 weeks, they can do that. They don't have to worry about this and that in school. And, you know, they have a lot less responsibility. So I think when you're younger, that's an advantage for you is that, you know, you just got to worry about yourself for the most part. Let's say Luxor is full of European retirees. They own a lot of businesses and homes here. What? I think as well, one of the things that comes up too is a sacrifice needed to be made when you're younger versus when you're older. You know, when you're older, a lot of times you may have already put in the work to get to a position that is comfortable for you. You may have gotten to a higher position in your job. You may have gotten to a higher position in your business industry, your field. You know what I mean? You may have put yourself in a positive space. You know what I mean? As to where leaving that is kind of a sacrifice, a pretty big sacrifice. You know, by the time you're already a little bit older, you know what I mean? You may have already put yourself in a position to where you've got your home, you've got your car, you got everything that you dreamed of when you were younger. And now when it comes to coming to the continent, you will have to give a lot of that up. At least if you're coming to relocate, you will have to give a lot of that up. And so that's a pretty big sacrifice, you know what I mean, to make for a lot of people. When you're younger, I would say you do have a lot of sacrifices as well. You know what I mean? A lot of times you might be sacrificing things that might be important to you. You may have to sacrifice, certain friendships, relationships. You may have to sacrifice as well. I think also careers. You know what I mean? Kind of leaving at a younger age may uh, you kind of lose a couple of steps. You know what I mean? Potentially lose a couple of steps because when you're let's say you decide to come back for whatever reason, your peers may now have 2 or 3 more years of experience than you do. And now as a result of you having 2 to 3 years less experience, you kind of take a step back to where you were before. Um, so those are some things that I think are important when it comes to considering which one makes the most sense to do, or some advantages and disadvantages of coming younger versus coming older. But that was a good question. WM West Coast. Yeah, really good question. Um, I think No Limit Shade is going to be going live soon. They're going to say, keep going, you're good, grow our mind and keep being the best version of yourself. You're great, so keep being your best. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm actually pretty tired as well, to be quite honest with you. And I've been in a little bit of a dry spell thinking about content to produce for the channel. You know what I mean? Definitely been a little bit of a dry spell thinking about content to produce for the channel. I wonder if Nasa November drained me from video ideas, but yeah, I don't really know what to post or anything like that. I got a video for tomorrow, y'all willing, but it's already edited and filmed and it's on the channel, but it's just not public yet. I need to make a thumbnail for it. Get that out. But yeah, I haven't really been having too many creative ideas about content to film as of recent. Maya Speak said, "Hey Eddie, I'm just coming in. Pray all is well." Yeah, Maya, things are going well. Shout out to Maya Speaks Well. Shout out to Maya Speaks Well. One of the people that I met while I was in TZ, Tanzania. You know what I mean? She moving on a lot too, but she be in the country, so she be just boom, 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 boom everywhere. But yeah, I'm out here. Still in Egypt, enjoying my time. Been here a little bit over 4 months at this moment in time. So yeah. Um, Yeah, if you got so many questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Norma is supposed to be going live soon. I think she has some Boreos that she's going to try, some chocolate that she's going to try, and I think that's mainly it for her. So I think like 3 snacks she's going to try today. Do a vlog riding a camel. A vlog riding a camel. I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about posting right now, honestly, to be fair. Because I know, I guess once my dad comes here, we should be doing a lot more activities. So that might be that might be a much better time to get content and stuff like that. Instead of just lollygagging with the videos and just posting what I think would be cool. I mean, it's posting something that's to post something versus posting what I think would be cool and useful. So I think a lot of the content I might be kind of maybe postponing, y'all willing, later on to a little while later from now. If I think of a creative video idea or somebody drops a video within a space that's just like, whoa, I need to respond to this, and I'll respond to it. But December has been a good month so far. December has been a good month so far. I dropped a couple of videos. I don't know how many I've dropped, to be honest. Let's see. I don't know how many I dropped, to be honest, but I do think that dropped a fair amount. Let me go to it. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, and how many live streams? And 6 live streams. So about 12 pieces of content. 12 pieces of content in 19 days. To me, that's a fair amount. You know what I mean? I can't really hate on that. Fair amount of content. I see a lot of us going to South Africa. Yeah, a lot of people have been going to South Africa recently. You know, a lot of people have been going to South Africa recently. I think a lot of that travel was halted because of the Omicron variant. But I think a lot of it has to do as well with the passport bros as well going over there looking for South African women. At least that's one of the narratives that I've been seeing online. That they may be like saying, forget Brazil, forget Colombia, let's go to South Africa and pick up women with our Americanness. So I think that's one of the things that's going on a lot over in South Africa. At least it's one of the narratives that I've been hearing. I see a lot of homosexuals going over there too, and all kind of weird stuff. So I don't really prefer South Africa. I hear a lot of crack. There's a lot of crackers in there too. Let's be honest. So I don't really see South Africa being a lot of I don't see it being like that. A lot of our Hebraic community is transitioning over there. I plan to make my way soon. How's the community over there? Are you talking to me, Maya, about Egypt, or are you talking about you going to South Africa? Show them my new vlog on the trip. Wish me luck. Hey, I mean, you just knock the video out, Big King Kingston. You know what I mean? Knock the video out. Showcase the life that you live. You know what I mean? Showcase what you think is fun, what you think is entertaining, what you have a passion about, and let the people come to you. A lot of people love Vegas. A lot of people really love Vegas. I never was able to gamble when I was in the States. That was one of the things that I wanted to do. I really wanted to go hit a casino one day and just put 500 on blackjack. We're gonna put it all on black or whatever. You know what I mean? And risk it for the biscuit, as they say. You know what I mean? And to see if I can come out with a flip. And I have enough self-control to know, okay, I take my win, leave. You know what I mean? Take that W and get the heck on. You know what I mean? And things like that. So I think it would have been a fun experience. I never got to experience that. That is one thing that I would have liked to experience. I would have liked to experience that, but we didn't experience that there. But I think there's some casinos out here. So maybe if my dad comes, we can visit a casino and see what that's about. Try to do the blackjack joint and just put it all in one color. Maybe I'll take some and put half on here, half on there, hedge my bets. I don't know. And just see. I don't know how it all works, but hedge my bet and stuff like that. A lot of so you're saying a lot of people from Tanzania are coming to Egypt. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, one of the people that I met Maya at her Shabbat, I ended up running into her again out here. Ended up running into her and her kids out here again, which I know they were here. But yeah, so we didn't end up running into them. We have a couple people, from this place, that place is coming over. And a couple people coming over a lot. You know what I mean, and things like that. How's the community here? From my understanding, there's a lot of pockets. There's a lot of different pockets and a lot of different communities just in all the different locations. There's some in Cairo. There's some here where I am. There's some in Luxor. There's some in Dahab. There's a lot of different communities. You know what I mean? That are out here. Personally, from my understanding, and there's different types. There's different strokes of different folks. I guess you can say. So I guess whatever type of mindset and belief that you have, you can find people that's associated with that here. So for me, the people that I'm around is the same people that I was around before. So it's not really too big of a shock, too big of a change. For me personally, I met other people just through YouTube that I communicate with from time to time. But it's not anything to where it is like there's a whole new group of people that I'm associated with now that I wasn't associated with before. So the community is cool. The community is cool. But yeah, I think a lot of people are making that transition from TZ to Egypt, which is interesting. I'm not sure as to, I think there's a lot of people in Tanzania too that have resistance to Egypt just because of the story of the Exodus. You know what I mean? Just because of the story of the Exodus, not necessarily understanding that there's been so many more times that our people have come back to Egypt. I'm just reading the book of Maccabees right now, the book of Second Maccabees, where the church in Jerusalem is writing to the Jews that are in Egypt. You know what I mean? Telling them, keep the feast dedications and things like that. So there's been so many times after Exodus that we have had a large community within the land of Egypt. And so yeah, it's just pretty interesting. But I think that there is some resistance for some people, and that's fine by me. I don't really care what country people go to. They go where they want to go. And I go where I go. But I think some people are kind of looking into Egypt more. I think maybe the videos are helping people see that transition. I think the visa situation in TZ is also pushing a lot of people to make these plays. I think the cost of living in Tanzania, the fact that it's rising so significantly, is also pushing a lot of people to make such a change. And I think also it's just, I think this is just more of the region in which maybe we should be in as a people in comparison to, what exactly, the region is in TZ. Thinking of Tanzania, such as Tony Blair being the head of COVID now, seeing the fact that borders are getting locked down, maybe people are starting to consider, okay, where should I actually be? Should I actually be within TZ? Should I be within the whole East African sphere? Should I be within the Levant area? Should I be within, these borders, that border? So I think it's a lot of shifts going on in understanding, people's understanding. And that's just how it is. I know that the people that I do meet here have always had the inclination to come to this region. It's never been people having the inclination to go to I always, like, if you watch my video about why I went to Tanzania, I always talk about, I never knew about Tanzania. When I was first hearing about coming out of Babylon, I was hearing about Jordan, Petra Jordan in particular, Aqaba Jordan, you know what I mean? That whole region being the place of safety in the wilderness, that, the woman of Eagle Wings fled to. And so I just happened to go to TZ because it was the freest place at that moment in time. With things that's going on in Jordan, the vaccine to get in and this and that, it didn't line up to the play that I wanted to make personally. But I always had inclination to be more in this region, not necessarily Egypt. Even me and myself, I don't know too much about Egypt and the history of it, but just within this region for sure. So that's what I did notice about a lot of people who are here, is that we all have similar stories about our original plan was low-key to come here, but it's just at the time of leaving, it wasn't as lined up as it could have been, as TZ was. So that's kind of how it was. But I do think TZ was a good spot because I met a lot of people that I'm here with now, you know what I mean, as a result of being in Tanzania. And I was much more prepared having came from Tanzania than going to straight to Egypt. So what is the weather like in Egypt right now? It's cold. It's really cold. You know what I mean? It's really cold out here. It's, to me, it gets, and my version of cold is different from other people's version of cold. But for me, being in LA, product of LA, 50 degrees is cold. Let's be honest. So jackets, you gotta wear those. Heater gotta be on. You know, socks gotta be on. A lot of times I'm wearing a jacket with the hood on in my house. It gets cold out here. So that's what the weather's like to me. Yes, it does get dark early, dark face. It definitely does get dark early. In a sense to where around 5 o'clock it's dark. Around 5 o'clock it's dark. And so now it's dark and cold. So I would never have expected that for Egypt. I always thought it was warm, sunny, hot all the time. But it turns out it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that at all. So it is like that in the summer, I guess, but in this winter season here, no, it's not like that. Oh, you've been to Ghana, Maya? It's 41 degrees here in Maryland as of now. Wow, it's pretty cold in Maryland, then. Pretty cold in Maryland. Wow, I can't believe that. Why did you skip Kenya and go to Egypt, though? I have a whole video about why I chose to come to Egypt. I think you should watch that. It's a very great video. It's a super great video. It's super clear about why I came to Egypt in particular and what benefits I believe that it held for me versus going to another African country where I feel like I'll be treated with no respect, So I would say definitely check out the video that I produced. I produced it a couple months ago, but it's still very relevant to the way I feel now. The way I feel now. But yeah, Maya, that's interesting that you're thinking about coming out here. You know what I mean? Definitely, you got my number, you got my WhatsApp, so you can always feel free to reach out to me and different things like that about maybe some particular questions you have and things. I don't really, if people who are looking to come out here to Egypt as well, I don't really do the consultation situation. I don't really do that consultation situation. They can really watch the videos and find out. If they want to find out how to get a place, contact my guy Mahmoud. You want to find out this and that. You gotta contact everybody like that. But definitely you can reach out to me via WhatsApp and things like that. And ask questions whenever, I guess. Cool. Ever think of coming to Southern Africa? A lot of people ask me about South Africa. South Africa, they're having riots all the time. South Africa, has, Caucasian people that oppress the native people. South Africa, has a supposed Omicron variant, Oh yeah. That's what I was saying. I didn't like that either. I feel like that was crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like that was super crazy what they did to people, and just to do it in the last minute notice. And then I made a whole video about that, but they do it right before um, right before the gone in December, which so many people are coming to and looking to move and visit. Everybody, feel free to hit the Cash App, feel free to hit the PayPal, feel free to hit the Super Chat. Those are all three ways you can support the No Limit Eddie channel. Most of my live streams don't get monetized, so liking the video is helpful, very helpful as well. Get up to 40 likes. You can also hit the Super Chat, which is that money sign icon in the chat. You can click on that, buy a Super Chat, or even buy a Super Sticker. You know, at the same time as that, you can go ahead and click the link that's in the chat right now, the PayPal link. You can donate to the PayPal as well, and you can also hit the super. You can also hit the Cash App as well, which is in the chat. You hit any of those three methods, and I'll go ahead and ring these here clappers for you as a show of appreciation for your support of the channel and the live streams as well. President on purpose because they knew people were coming. Yeah, people already spent so much money on it and things like that it was just like sunk cost at that moment in time. You know, shout out to Tiffany Banner. You know, she had her whole lifestyle set up over there, and now to go back it will be a difficult thing. You know, and it's a blessing that she got out when she got out. You know, it's a very big blessing that she got out when she got out because it could have been a whole different situation that could have occurred real easily. But shout out to her for that. I'm ordering your money programs. Money program. I have a couple of courses, I guess. One course is a 50-cent course. It is basically a miniature version of the full course. The mini course essentially is just one video lesson out of the 15 video lessons of the main course. I took it and created it into its own course, so everybody can get a gist of how do I teach. Get a gist of what the business model is, what you could expect to be doing. So that way, if you have the confidence in yourself to continue on to the main program. Likewise, the full program is just the step above that. It's going to give you everything. I don't hold anything back within that full course. And on top of that full course, not only am I giving you all the information in there, I give you a group chat as well, to where you can ask me questions, other members of the other students of the course questions as well. So that way, you know what I mean. You have the full support to succeed. Because my goal right now is to help 1,000 people make $1,000 per month. You know what I mean? I'm here in the continent of Africa, which will collectively, be about $1 million in income for the diaspora. For me to make $1 million by myself, pretty hard. For me to help 1,000 people make $1,000, way easier. So, I think that, that's kind of the route that I want to go with it. It's one of the biggest biggest challenges that I see on the continent is the lack of financial understanding, how to earn income, especially in the online methodologies. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I'm 22 now, came here at 21, but the sustenance, I've been able to sustain myself for quite a while. No Limit Shade's been able to sustain herself for quite a while, and then we got 2 pets on top of that. So yeah, that's just how it is. But I'll drop in a link. Oh no, the links actually are in the description right now of today's video, but I also drop them in too. Drop in both the links. So the link that I just dropped in now is for the full course, and I'm going to drop in a link right now for the mini course. We also have payment plans for the full course. $79.99 is the price. However, we got 2 payments of 40 USD separated by 2 weeks apart. You know what I mean? Of course. So from what I've heard, that's why I said to what's that mean about the political climate. I've heard that you can't do how we do in Tanzania, talk about certain things in Tanzania online. You need to talk about certain things offline when it comes to countries like Egypt. So so that's what I say. What's that mean? You know what I mean? And things like that. This is just what I've been told from people who've been here a little bit and things like that. You just need to be mindful of how you share things online, what you share online, and things like that. So while I could be open and transparent in TZ, I didn't have to worry about certain situations. Certain situations you got to be worried about when you come to certain countries. So how that go. But when it comes to that, yeah, I dropped in both the links. Top link is a full course. The other link is the mini course. Okay, we'll do. My apologies. Nah, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I said, every country is different. You know what I mean? Every country is different. I just heard a story that said, okay, let me be mindful of this. You know what I mean? Let me be mindful of this. That's why if you look at my videos from TZ, I say this is the price of this, this is the price of that, We see in certain videos in Egypt, I didn't mention, okay, this is the price of this is the price of that, just because this is just This is just what I hear from locals. This is what I hear from expats. This is what I hear from the community overall. So I just be mindful of it. You know what I mean? Not try to be too like, oh, it's not gonna happen to me. Let me just be mindful. Um, but yeah, most definitely. When it comes to what I'm about to read. Oh, Zilak, a YouTuber from Atlanta, is headed back to Ghana next month. He has land there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So think about people like Zaylock who may or initially have not wanted to take certain things. He has to take it now because he's already invested so much of his life energy into that land that he bought there. You know, and so now as a result of that, he's forced to go back in a lot of ways because people have let me see, let me check out his channel. So he said he left Ghana about a month ago. Wow, okay. Yeah, so he got out in time, you know. But he has invested so much into the land that now he almost feels like, man, I invested so much, I can't just leave it, I can't just give up on it. Let me just take this thing and do what I gotta do, you know. So it's crazy how it is. Don't Let Me Say says she is actually working right now. Yeah, Don't Let Me Say be, you know, doing her work on Etsy all the time. So big ups to Don't Let Me Say. Um, you know, big ups to Don't Let Me Say. I mean, Shay Vlog, yeah. No, Shay did do a name change to her channel. She's now Shay Vlogs. You know, I think it's more proper branding for her. You know, because we talk about two totally different topics, totally different segments. You know, and so I think it's important that she, you know, diversify herself. Name herself Shay Vlogs. That's kind of more the content that she produces. So big ups to her. Um, WM West Coast with a laughing face. WM West Coast, man, talk to me. What we laughing at? What we laughing at? Maybe I'm out. Maybe I'm out the loop. Maybe I'm out the loop just a little bit. Um, but yeah. So that's about 4 months, man. I've been here for 4 months. Good time so far. I've been enjoying it. You know, that's all I can say. Good time so far. I've been enjoying it. You know what I mean? A lot less people. I was caught the house on fire. A lot less people. A lot less black people here is what I will say. Be mindful of that. Um, a lot less black people here, but at the same time, yeah. That I agree with you. I agree with you as well, Maya. But what I'm saying is that was the psychology that they use against people. You know, I think that's the psychology that they use against people is something called a sunk cost bias, and it's the same reason why you may buy a pair of jeans and you may never wear them, but you'll keep them in your closet even though you're not about to wear them, but you just don't want to concede the fact that you wasted your money on these, so you just keep in your closet to think that you haven't lost the money, even though you already lost the money. So it's called the sunk cost bias. So people had already, you know, purchased the tickets for December in Ghana. People who had already purchased the hotels, Airbnbs. People who already purchased the flight. People who already had, you know, booked out their accommodation, took the time off of work, put the time in, put the time out request in. They've already sunk in so much cost into this trip to do this December in Ghana that as of now, you know, they feel like, man, if I just don't go, I've already wasted all this stuff. So now people are going to be like, I don't really want this, but I got to go ahead and do it. You know, it's one of those situations. It's one of those situations. You know how that go. You know how that goes. So I think that was a bias they use against people. People like Zaylock who already more likely invested large sum of money into the land, a large sum of money into the building, a large sum of money into all that. He's now going to have to ask himself like, what do I do? You know what I mean? I spent all this money here, and this is my retirement. This is my nest egg, and as of now, how do I proceed? You know, do I sell the land to somebody else? But how am I selling land if I'm not in the country? I can't trust these people and this and that. And so that's kind of how it is. I had burnt a Paul paper. Um, and so how do I how do I proceed? You know what I mean, and different things like that. So that's kind of how I feel about it. That's kind of how I feel about it. personally, but what happened with Ghana and things of that nature. But we knew Ghana wasn't really for the people. Yeah, but at the same time, WM West Coast, what I say is where there's smoke, there's fire. Once you get into a country, once you see, let me see how I say it. Once a snake shows themselves, they can't go back into hiding. Once the snake reveals itself, we now know what that the snake is at and where it is. So the fact that they would spring something on somebody this short of a notice, who's to say that you won't land in there and by the time you're in the air they switch something else and say, well, we said it was quarantine, but now it's a jab. Or you get there and they say it's just a quarantine. Like go back to the book of Maccabees, how Jonathan was taken captured with him and his two sons, him and his two sons taken, captured, and killed by deceitful words. Think about how many times people try to use deceitful words against Judas Maccabees to get him, to lure him to, hey, leave your army, just come here and talk to me and come here and do this. And were killed and murdered based off of deceitful words. So they may come to you with flattering lips. We're gonna just do this. We're gonna just do this. We're gonna just do that. But behind their flattering lips is wicked intentions. So you get there. So after everybody, they know how many people bought tickets. They know when people bought tickets. They say, okay, we're gonna say it's just quarantine. And then once everybody kind of flies in, then we're gonna say, okay, now it was quarantine, but too many cases. We need to bump it up. We need to make it to where you can't leave unless you got this, unless you got that. So they're going to, they're going to try to sue people over with flattering words, and then just work wickedness against people, and I think that's really what's happening with the majority of things that's going on within that country. So I don't advise any of you who are watching this to go and go to Ghana. I don't advise you to. I can't tell you not to. But I'm going to say that me personally, I don't think it's the smartest play. I don't think it's the smartest move. To go to people who've shown themselves to be serpents, and to say I'm going to live amongst you. Yeah. That's how it is. That's how it is. It's a money grabbing, cash grabbing, marketing scheme, and things like that. But that's just how it is. So I'll be mindful of that. Try to just go to a place where they're going to respect you from the very beginning. Why go to a place where they're not going to respect you? Why go to a place where they're not going to respect you? Try to go to a land where you're going to command proper respect. Yeah, you know how that go though. Jordan, Liberia, Ghana, and Kenya is out for me. Yeah. So Maya, what's making you want to leave Tanzania? Personally, I'm curious. And just from your personal take, like what is people's reception or perception of Egypt in Tanzania? You had this little Sprouts lip balm. Huh? I think she's having a conversation with Maya. She's not having a conversation with me. Yeah, shout out Kenya too. Yeah, I heard Kenya was doing that stuff as well. I guess it's gonna be a long response. Yeah, I think for me, Ghana is definitely out. To me, Kenya's not fully out. I wouldn't say I would not go to Kenya. Kenya's not fully out. Liberia. I never had a desire to go to Liberia. Jordan is definitely still a land that I keep my eyes on. I definitely is a land I still keep my eyes on. You know, even still to this day, of just because of the scripture, I can still keep my eyes on to Jordan. But I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm like buy a plane ticket, but still keep my eyes on it. Yeah, everybody's still going to TZ. Hey, little kitty. Everybody's still going to TZ without a doubt. Tanzania, Gambia, um, Tanzania and Gambia are probably two hot spots right now for the diaspora. You know, two of the hot spots for the diaspora. You know what I mean? That's kind of where everybody's going at this moment in time. So okay, so as far as Egypt goes, most are transitioning because of prophetical scripture and the rapidly changing political climate surrounding Tanzania. Okay, so basically the same reasons there as you know, um, most people. Hey, kitty cat. I think yeah, the scriptures are being more revealed. Personally, I think, and I think also yeah, like we're seeing this how I mean I think everybody knew after Magafuli things were gonna get dicey. Some people try to maintain hope, but at the end of the day, you kind of know what it is. Yeah, it doesn't take long to affect the surrounding countries. Exactly, exactly. And then you also can see that the window of opportunity is very is you know it used to be a wide open gate, then it became a door, and now it's a window, then it's going to be a crack. It's kind of getting harder and harder to move, and so I feel as if you know that the chance to move freely is kind of slipping away from people. It's definitely slipping away from people, and so it is kind of a speak now or forever hold your peace type situation. You know what I mean? It's definitely one of those situations. And so, you know, I don't do the fear mongering and the rushing and the this and that, but it's just one of those situations as to which, you know, it might be something that, you know, people shouldn't delay for too long. You know, the sucks that, you know what I mean? Sucks that you have to go out that way. It's the life of a G, basically, you know, when you decide to stand on 10 toes, you know, a lot of that type of stuff happens. You know, a lot of that type of stuff happens. So, you know, you can't blame it any other way. You gotta accept it for what it is, you know. And you see how the media try to take it and spin it. Yeah, oh, narrative. He had this, he had that. That's what happened to him, and none of it really made sense. None of it added up. It was I was there the day that I was there in Tanzania the day that he had passed, you know, things like that. And I can tell you, it was like it was weird. That day was weird. Um, the bats were all out flying around. There were some crackers that was living. I was in the Airbnb at that time. Crackers that were living downstairs. They would smoke every day and talk very weird. Like they were low key on some, you know what I mean? They were sent there type beat. Um, and they that whole day they were not outside at all. They were inside the house, no smell, no cigarette, no nothing coming. Um, you know, uh, when it came to you know just the power was going out multiple times that day. It was a surreal day. The day that Magafuli, the day that Magafuli, you know, lost his life. You know, I can tell you that from firsthand facts. I was living in Masaki at that moment in time. I was at Levant restaurant. You know, and it was just weird. You know what I mean? It was just weird that whole day. But not really that day, but that night it was weird. For sure. And then now we can see what's going on now with the we can see what's going on now with the what do you call it, the new person that's in charge. I just never trusted her from the beginning, you know, to be honest with you. But yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get ready to end this live stream off. I know my sister Shay Vlogs is wanting to go live, so we are going to go ahead and get that set up and together. Um, for her to get, you know, go ahead and go live. So, Shan, start your live stream up.
Well, I gotta go to the bathroom first.
You go to the bathroom first.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I wanna have yours started. So that way I can I want you to restart that way I can have a link in here. You know what I mean?
Okay, hold on.
But Jordan seems to be totally out, as they have told all that score they refuse to take. Tennis Serum has to exit the country, and TBH, this disturbed me deeply in my spirit as I once not put it Jordan. So, but see now, so I believe that eventually, I think it references potentially the past Exodus where we were in a situation to where okay, there's nothing but water in front of us, nothing but Egyptian army behind us. How do we make this play? And I think there eventually has to come a time to where there is more so divine intervention from a more physical sense. You know what I mean? It has to be once again a divine intervention in a more physical sense. You know what I mean? Not just things happen directly, but indirectly, I'm talking more of a pillar of light. I mean, pillar of fire and pillar of smoke. I think there has to eventually come back to that type of sense, to where things physically happen right in front of our eyes. You know, and I think that there eventually, more than likely, will be a transition to there. The methodology in which it's accomplished, I don't know fully, but I do think there will be some point of transitionary period to where that will be made possible. You know, for sure. Even just when I was reading, like I said, I was reading the Maccabees today. Even the Mount Nebo, I think it is Mount Nebo, where Moses was shown the Promised Land. We know that it was said that Jeremiah and no Nehemiah, who was it? Was it Jeremiah? Nehemiah? I think it was Jeremiah. He put the Ark of the Covenant in there. He put the tent of meetings inside of there as well. You know what I mean? You know, he put the tents of meeting inside there as well. So eventually, he said that we're going to have to go back and retrieve the Ark of the Covenant, retrieve the you know, the tent of meetings. Eventually, you know what I mean. But he said around that point, we're not going to be able to how do you call it, possess those things once again until he gathers us together and so on and such forth. So it might just be a matter of time. Like you said, a lot of people from TZ are coming to Egypt, so it might be, you know, a divine timing of it. But I do believe that eventually there will be more of a physical seeing of it, not just a spiritual, but literally a pillar of fire, literally a mountain covered in fire that he's speaking out of, literally a tree, burning tree that he's speaking to people out of. So I think eventually there has to be some form of that once again. When does that take place? Who knows? You know, who knows? But you see, the United Nations, they put up a beast in front of their building in New York. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that yet, but it's a beast that is very similar to the beast in the book of Daniel. You know what I mean? Very weird, very weird. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it yet, but definitely look it up. Definitely look it up. It's like the mouth definitely looks like a lion. The head looks like a jaguar. It has wings like an eagle. It has like claws like a bear. It's painted in like rainbow colors. And so it's definitely similar to the beast that the book that Daniel speaks about. So, you know, certain signs are starting to progress, you know, more rapidly. We got Garrett Rise in the building. What up? What up? What up? Shout out. I see you handling business. Yeah. Question: do you know anyone who was there at the time of the change in Ghana from America? If so, did they have to take the jab to leave? Um, no, I don't know anybody that was in Ghana at the moment. I don't know. Actually, there's a couple people on the channel who were in Ghana, and they were talking about that it wasn't as some people made it seem or whatever. But I'm not 100% sure. You know what I mean? Even those people who are in Ghana were saying that it's kind of a lot of layers to it. You know what I mean? It's kind of a lot of layers to it. So I'm not 100% sure. And I also heard they closed the land borders. You know what I mean? I've heard they closed the land borders down, so you only have one way in and one way out, and that is through the airport. You know, so I don't know exactly how it's going to play out for people who are in Ghana, if they're stuck there now or if they're going to be able to bribe their way out. But it's definitely crazy. We saw it and I had nothing anymore. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, it's really crazy what all is going on. I'm just saying live for a little bit longer as we wait for No Limit Shade to start her stream. So I can drop her link into so I can drop her link into the chat and we can just migrate over to her live stream. She's gonna do some snack taste tests, I believe, on her live. Oh, Sade actually just dropped a video. Better check it out. Oh, also I shared her video on my community tab. It was a great video. From it's a white dude, but he just spoke on just the idiocracy that's really happening within the world. It was a good video.
Yeah, I've been using your thing, so can I turn that on after I get on live?
Huh?
Because I'll be using that.
Oh, you be using this?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it just because I would have to unplug this, and I think that'll stop the live. You know. Um. I mean, I used to go live without it. People, it seems to be good. I think, especially if you bring in your if you bring in a ring light, you'll be okay.
Okay.
You know.
I'll do it like that.
Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't maximize the results. I mean, you know what I mean? It's up to you though. Because I can end this one and then just give it to you, or you can go live and I can drop the link in here and try to tell people, hey, go over there and subscribe to it. Or not go over and subscribe to it, but watch it. Or even go live off your phone. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is true. Let me say having some issues with her phone now, crazy. It's kind of one of those things. Okay. Yeah, let's get everything set up. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things when you come out here with an Android, you're not, especially like an unpopular Android, it's gonna be a difficulty to find parts and pieces for it and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's sitting right here on the couch. Yeah, shout out to everybody on here. Shout out to Gad Rye, shout out to Sade, shout out to Maya. Like I said, a lot of people. When I went to TZ, I met a lot of cool people. You know what I mean? A lot of cool people, and that was to me the biggest blessing of going to Tanzania. You know what I mean? Was the people that we met, the network that you met, and things like that. And I feel like without having met that network, I wouldn't have been as far along as I am now. You know what I mean? Because they have a lot of people that I associate with now have much deeper understanding of scripture and things like that. And so, you're gonna be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So just being around them and taking in this perspective and that perspective and this verse and that verse, like, oh, hold on, I never saw this, never heard this, or this is a different perspective. It kind of pushes me a little bit more to get a deeper understanding as well for myself. So that's why I say, like, people ask me, do I regret going to TZ, so on and such forth. I really don't. You know what I mean? I think the meeting of the people was the number one thing. Then the second thing also was the it was like an introduction, a positive introduction to the continent. If I had came to Egypt first, I would be like, this is not Africa. Like this is not Africa. But having gone to Tanzania first and got that out of my head that black is where it's at, that it had to be black around me and this and that, and seeing firsthand that it's not really what it was. Kind of destroying those Pan-African myths in my head. I think that was necessary as well. That was super necessary as well. And now I can be a lot more level-headed with how I progress, or not how I progress, but how I proceed from this point forward. How I proceed from this point forward. You up?
I'm going up now.
All right. Okay, so Nola Michelle starting her live stream up now. I'm going to drop her link into the chat because not everybody. I keep saying Nola Michelle. Shay Vlogs is about to start her live stream right now. I'm going to get her link so we can drop it into the chat. You guys can meet me over there. I'll be in there in the chat. Probably being a moderator and different things of that nature. Yeah, different things of that nature.
Yeah, to bring my ice cream too.
What ice cream?
Remember I bought one?
That you ate it already. Start helping us over there. Go to Shay's channel. Yeah. Everybody's gonna head over to Shay's channel right now. We're about to get on her channel for a live stream real quick. She's gonna do some snack taste testing, and things of that nature. We're working with the So Untypical family. We're gonna get them to start doing live streams as well. Because they are the funniest family, man, that I've ever met in my life. Just characters. And each have their own dynamics. So we're gonna try to get everybody doing these live streams and stuff like that, And I think, outside of Unapologetic Nomads, they'll probably be the my favorite diaspora family here on the continent. So as far as the YouTube channel goes, so I'm excited for them to get back to posting. You know what I mean? Content going live and stuff like that. I love them too. Yeah, I mean they're just hilarious. The combination of all of them together is just hilarious. So yeah, definitely peer pressuring, positively. Like I said, you're gonna be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. So I mean, think about it. Sade got a YouTube, I got a YouTube, Shan got a YouTube, people that hang around got YouTube. So it's just like you're gonna be the average of 5 people you hang around. So you want to push and motivate the people that's around you to succeed. You want to push and motivate people around you to get success because their success translates to your success. You know what I mean? To be quite honest with you. So that's the type of person I am. I need to see everybody win. I need to see everybody get into where they need to be. You know what I mean? And get into the heights they can be, and things like that. So I always admonish people. It's really just about consistency. Whatever it is you're going to do, just do it and do it consistently, and it's almost guaranteed that you're going to see results. You started up? Okay. Okay. So where you want to grow, yeah. So where you want to grow, you know what I mean. So where you want to grow, and that's true. You know what I mean. It's like TNT on Mike and Jazz. You know what I mean. TNT on Mike and Jazz. I shout them out a lot. They shout me out a lot, and I've gotten subscribers for them. They got subscribers for me. You know, and it's just one of those situations where, huh? You live now? Okay, so I'm gonna refresh this joint. This small human right here. Let me copy your link. And then I'm gonna take it to here. Okay, so I dropped the link right now into Cheyenne's link live stream. Huh? So her live stream is now up. It is linked into the chat. Click on the link in the chat and click on the link in the chat and meet me over in No Limit Shades Live. You know what I mean? I'm gonna head over there myself. Drop me a comment when you get over there. I want to see everybody over there reacting to her live. Let me put you on mute. Okay. Okay, cool. We got Sade in here. Okay, boom. We got my speaks in here. Big ups, big ups. Everybody go over to the link that's in the chat right now. I'm on No Limit Shades live stream. Just waiting for you guys to migrate over. I know TNT and Mike and Jazz about to head over there right now. Big King Kingston, if you're still on here, definitely head over there right now. Hey, everybody go over there, man. It should be 0 viewers on this stream. Everybody go to No Limit Shades Live. It is linked in the chat right now. That's where I'm going to be at. You can catch me over there. I think she's going to be doing a lot of gangster talk or something like that. I don't know 100%. But I think she got some. Talk to talk about. I know, right? Everybody head over to the link that I just dropped into the chat. It's No Limit. It's my sister Cheyenne's live stream. Just everybody head over there. I'm going to be in that chat right now. You're going to catch me over there. Everybody just head over. We got Gad Rise in the building. Big ups to Gad Rise. Everybody head over. Click the link that's in the chat right now. Drop something in Shan's chat. Like the video when you go over to her channel. It's like I said, I want to see everybody win, to be honest. I want to see everybody winning. Just everybody getting money, It's really that simple. So definitely want my sister to win as well. So everybody go over to the channel. The link is in the chat right now. Click over and go ahead and handle that. Stop talking about that soap. That soap was good. You addict. Everybody head over to No Limit Shades Live. Everybody head over to No Limit Shades Live. It's linked in the chat right now. Um, Hey, but let them know there's a lot more natural products here than it was in Tanzania.
Shea butter, I think fine shea butter, but fine shea butter. And this is like I just get the plain one, and this one's good. I really like that. They got a lot of natural oils. They got a bunch of different shea butters, different essential oils, natural oils, aloe vera, jojoba, just all kind of frankincense, lavender. They got everything. They have incense.
What's up, guys? I'm just my live is over now. I've been on live for 2 hours. Everybody's getting directed over to No Limit Shades channel. It's that link that's pinned up to the top. It's also that link that's right there on the bottom. I keep saying No Limit Shade, but Shay is my sister, older sister. Who I want to know what's the age difference? I'm 22, she's 25. It's around 3 year difference. She's in March, I'm in August. So yeah, click over and click over to the link that's in the chat right now. Head over to her channel. I'm gonna be over in that live stream over live chat. So click the link on YouTube and head over to her channel, man. We want to go over there and hang out. You know, got a lot of content that I want to watch, but yeah, I'm telling people to go over. People keep coming in, and people keep coming in. So I'm tell them to head over. Yeah, so head over right now. I'm gonna be heading over there. So you know how that goes. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all willing. Peace. I know, like when I left, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna drink some aqua